They say storms are born when ancient gods still remember their anger. When thunder rolls without clouds. When rivers rise though the sky is clear. When the wind howls like something with a voice. In the forgotten valleys of old Japan, people once believed these signs meant only one thing. Orochi was awake. Not a dragon, not a god, but something older and hungrier. A serpent with 8 heads, 8 tails, a body so vast it covered mountains, and a thirst that could never be quenched. This is not a story of heroism alone. It is a story of fear, sacrifice, and a monster that drank entire rivers dry. This is the legend of Yamata no Orochi, the 8-headed serpent of eternal storms. Long before castles and empires, when the land was ruled by spirits and gods walked among humans, there lived a creature in the shadowed valleys of Izumo. Orochi did not dwell in caves or oceans. It lived within the storms themselves. Its body stretched across 8 hills and 8 valleys. Its skin was thick with moss and dark as rain-soaked stone. Its eyes burned crimson like coals behind storm clouds.
Why is he here?
Each head had a different hunger. Each mouth carried poison. Where Orochi crawled, forests drowned. Where it drank, rivers vanished. Where it rested, the sky turned black. The villagers believed Orochi was not merely a beast, but a curse given flesh. And every year, the curse demanded a price. In a quiet village near the high river lived an old man and his wife. Once, they had 8 daughters. Now, only 1 remained. Each year, when the storms returned, Orochi came. And each year, the villagers offered 1 daughter to the serpent. Not because they wished to, but because refusal meant flood and famine, fields destroyed, homes swallowed by mud and water. The monster did not chase its prey. It waited. The parents would dress their daughter in white. They would lead her to the riverbank. They would bow and walk away. The serpent would rise from the mist. 7 daughters had already vanished. Now, the last child remained, Kushinada Hime. Her parents wept not only for her death, but for the end of their bloodline. And yet the storm clouds gathered again. Far away, a disgraced god wandered the land. His name was Susanoo, god of storms and seas. Once, he ruled the skies. Once, he challenged heaven itself. But after angering his sister, the sun goddess Amaterasu, he was cast out. A god without worship, a warrior without purpose. When Susanoo reached the village, he found only tears and fear. He listened to the story of Orochi, and for the first time since his exile, the storm god felt something stir within him. Not rage, but resolve. I will kill the serpent, he said. But gods do not fight monsters with strength alone. They fight with cunning. Susanoo did not challenge Orochi openly. Instead, he prepared a feast. He ordered the villagers to brew 8 great vats of sake, stronger than any wine. He placed them behind 8 gates. Each gate faced a path the serpent would take. When the storm came, Orochi arrived. 8 heads lowered. 8 tongues tasted the air. The serpent smelled alcohol. It drank. Each head plunged into a vat. Each throat swallowed until its eyes dulled. Its coils loosened. Its tails dragged heavily across the earth. The storm weakened, the clouds thinned, and when the monster collapsed, Susanoo drew his sword. Steel met scale. The god did not strike once. He struck 8 times. Each head fell in a river of dark blood. Each scream thundered across the mountains. The storm broke apart. Rain ceased. Winds fell silent. But the battle was not finished. As Susanoo cut through the final tale, his blade struck something hard. Not bone, not scale, metal. From within the serpent's flesh, he drew a sword. A weapon untouched by rust, a blade that shimmered with divine light. This sword would later be known as Kusanagi, the grass-cutting blade, a treasure born from a monster's corpse. With Orochi dead, the rivers returned to their courses. The fields bloomed again. The skies cleared. Susanoo took Kushinada Hime as his wife, transforming her into a comb and placing her in his hair during the final battle so she would not be harmed. But peace did not erase memory. Villagers would forever remember the sound of 8 heads drinking, the smell of storm rain mixed with blood, and the truth that salvation came only after sacrifice. Orochi's body became part of the land. Some say its blood became the red clay of the valleys. Some say its bones became the mountains. Some say its spirit still moves in thunderstorms. Orochi is more than a monster. It is hunger without limit, flood without warning, storm without mercy. It represents chaos before order, nature before law, fear before courage. And Susanoo's victory was not just physical. It was the moment when humans believed storms could be survived, not just endured. Yet even today, when lightning splits the sky and rivers swell too fast, some whisper, Orochi stirs. Because monsters die, but symbols live forever. The Eight-Headed Serpent was not born evil. It was born immense. And in its size, it became disaster. Orochi drank rivers, swallowed daughters, and ruled the valley through terror. But it also gave the world a sacred blade, a story of courage, and a warning carved into myth that even gods fall, that monsters can be clever, and that storms remember their ancient names. So when thunder rolls across empty skies, when rain falls like something is breathing above the clouds, ask yourself, is it only weather? Or is the serpent of eternal storms still searching for its next river?